Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. In this video, guys, we're stepping away from geopolitics. We're back to Meghan Markle. We're going to be talking about With Love Meghan. I've watched the first 2 episodes. Let's talk about the fallout from this. All right, let's go, Tarot fam. I know you guys missed this for the week, so we're busy talking about Zelensky, Trump, Starmer, all kinds of people. We're back to Meghan Markle. So I'm going to do something a little different in this reading. Every single channel that I watch, and I'm sure you watch, is doing a reaction to the show. I will give you my opinion. I do understand where she was going with this. I, too, love to carefully craft my home and meals. I like to make them look extra special. I like to garnish. I love all that stuff. I iron my sheets sometimes. Clean sheet night is not enough sometimes. Sometimes you got to iron the sheets, and if you haven't tried it, try it. It's amazing. Iron sheets are great. My sister-in-law is cringing at me saying this because she thinks it's nuts. But there is something that feels off about this. I do see Meghan as a food arranger. Those of you that follow this channel know that Gregopedia and I do a tremendous Oktoberfest, and we link our own sausages. We make all of our own foods. We do everything ourselves. We make our own pretzels. We do get some commercial pretzel plates that are brought in by guests, but we make everything ourselves, from the schnitzel to the bratwurst to the Kartoffelgel? I can't say it. I don't know how to say it. These little meat patties, but we make everything. We make spetzel, the whole thing. So I do believe in making from scratch, and be intentionally cooking. And I'll have this on my digital academy. I will have intentional cooking lessons on there eventually. I'm busy working on the psychic classes first, but intentional cooking is when you actually infuse the food or your cocktails with intention, getting a new job, bringing your family closer together, healing during the mourning period, those kinds of things. So we'll get to that, because that is my wheelhouse. I'm not taking a page out of her book, but it is my wheelhouse, and it's something I've been intending to do. So should make an intentional cocktail for that. So I do understand wanting to do this, but at the same time, it is completely converse to her feminist proclamations earlier. She's really going down the trad wife route. And I think that that's more evidence of her trying things on for size. And I think she's under the impression that this is easy, that it's easy to run a household with creative foods. That what Martha Stewart did was easy. What Christopher Lowell, I love Christopher Lowell. If you're not familiar with him, look him up. He's fantastic. What Christopher Lowell does, I think she's under the impression that you just go to the ShopRite or grocery store, wherever you are, and you get some of their pre-made food and you put it on a plate and decorate it, and all of a sudden it becomes yours. That's not really how this works, in my book. Is that an okay route to go? Sure, absolutely. I love a well-crafted cocktail and a beautiful plate. Those kinds of things do express love, but that's not really what she was saying when she was putting the show out. It wasn't, she said little tips and tricks, but the promise was so much more than the delivery. So I do want to look at, since I only did the first 2 episodes, and I'll watch more. I don't care that she's getting the ratings, guys. Like, it is what it is. My one watch is not going to make a difference. So we're going to look at Daniel and Mindy Kaling, and then a bonus one at the end. And we're just going to see how this is going to work out for them. Because truly, they are the ones that are being brought into this environment. Um, and we're going to see what's going to happen with them. And then at the end, we'll talk a little bit about how Meghan's doing on this. The reviews are terrible. They're universally terrible. There are comments that are great. There's no boost on her subscribership on her Instagram. So we're not even seeing people that are watching the show and going, oh, this is just what I wanted. This is just what I ordered. We're not seeing that. So, did she buy some bots for the Instagram? I don't know. Maybe she did. I'm not one to judge people on whether they're buying bots or not. I don't know. I don't even know how you go about doing that. Like it's it is what it is. I've been scraping along trying to get more subscribers, which I've got a bunch new ones. So welcome if you're a new one. So let's take a look at Daniel. So please like, share, and subscribe. And let's see what's going on here. So StreamYard's done some neat things. So there's a lot of moving parts on my screen right now. I guess they've got this new thing called scenes on there. So if you're a YouTuber and you're using StreamYard, let me know what you think of these scenes. I can get rid of it, I think. I got rid of it. I'm back to regular size again. All right. So Daniel is purported to be her makeup artist from her Suits days. She needed a makeup artist in New York. She called a service because she didn't have a manager or handler. And she was put together with Daniel. And Daniel has been her ride or die since. So what is the nature of their friendship right now? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I'm actually going to remove myself and make that just a little bit bigger so you guys can really appreciate this. And we are working with the Llewellyn Classic Tarot from the Tarot Made Easy bundle. There is a link to this in the description. So look at that. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So it doesn't look like there's much money being exchanged between the two of them. Seven of Pentacles. I think he does have some questions about his friendship with her. What is in the past position? This is for Daniel. Six of Pentacles. He wants to go back and get that paycheck going again. I don't think there's a paycheck here, guys. Up top, there's another Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And what is in the future for this relationship? Ace of Cups in reverse. That is unexpected. How he sees himself. This was a reckless thing that he did. I don't think it's benefiting him. How he sees her. The sun, he does think that the sun rises and sets on her. Hopes and fears. I think the hope is that they're going to start working together again. Outcome, King of Wands. This isn't going to spin off into anything special for him. So, did he really stay over at her house? Was that really a thing? No. No, I think that he was brought out there. Two of Pentacles, they stayed in different places. 10 of Pentacles, she did put him up someplace nice, though. And I think that she went over and stayed at the hotel with him. I'm just saying that. I'm getting that intuitively. I think they spent the night at a really nice hotel. They put everything together in that rented location. And I think that they stayed at a hotel together and had a little bit of fun, maybe massages, things like that. I think they had like a girl day. How close is she really with him? She didn't seem to know that he was left-handed. And she seemed kind of surprised that he said he had a small apartment. And everybody in New York has a small apartment unless you're, rocking and rolling, unless you're really doing well. So how well does she really know him? Five of Cups, Ace of Swords, Page of Cups. She really doesn't know him very well. She knows the illusion. And this is something that we do see with narcissists. They will create an illusion of what you are in their head. And when you fail to live up to that, they will chastise you and be upset with you. And I think that that is a little bit of this. Is this her makeup artist friend? Yeah, I think it is. I think he fits that role in her Spice Girls friendship book. So, oops, didn't mean to mention Victoria Beckham there. Didn't realize that. Sorry, guys. But I do think that he is someone who is supposed to be fitting a role that she believes he is. And that's a tough friendship. That's a tough friendship. So why did he agree to do this? Why did he agree to do this? I do intuitively get that he was thinking there was going to be some kind of spin-off. Why did he agree to do this? So this is kind of easy. I think they hadn't hung out in a while, and she said, "Why don't we hang out?" I think she hasn't had him working for her for some stupid excuse. Oh, well, I have contracts and they have their own people. Here, there's no money under the surface. Tower card. This potentially is very disruptive to their friendship. Why did he do this? He thought it was going to be life changing. If it's not, what's going to happen? This lover's card in reverse says we're not in business together. This Queen of Swords cuts things off. So is she going to cut off the relationship? It's going to be very interesting. He was waiting for very long. He did a lot of things to get there. Stood by her side, defended her, and then no relationship and possibly cut off. So, even though it was a why did he do this, we got a bigger answer. So what's the ultimate effect on Daniel, the makeup artist? There we are again. 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands. And the Lovers in reverse. I did shuffle these guys. King of Cups in the past. 7 of Wands. Oh, Daniel is almost like in a perpetual waiting phase. Like, is she going to call? Is she going to text me? Is she going to call? Is she going to text me? Oh my God, I'm just going to keep an eye on what she's doing. I'm going to keep checking in and I'm going to keep sending text messages. And it's really, I don't think, in his best interest. Daniel, this is your Yellow Brick Road Tarot. What should you do for optimum results for you? This isn't for the project that you just did with Meghan. This is for optimum results for you. Oh, Daniel. So, Daniel, optimum results for you. You have to understand that your instincts are saying that she's not nurturing your relationship. She's not nurturing your career in the way that you would like it to go. I always talk about, the return on investment in friendships. This is a friendship that you're not going to see a return on investment. So, 4 of Swords here. You've got to stop waiting for things to happen. Stop resting and waiting because that magical moment of glory is not coming. Sneaky people will show their true colors, and you have all of the tools, unfortunately, to unmask the people that have not treated you well. Here, the 6 of Swords, there's not going to be any escaping from this relationship. There's not going to be any glory from this relationship that you can manage. So truly, you have to understand that there's no return on investment here. And perhaps we need to have some return on investment. So I'm sorry if that is not as happy as you would like it to be, but sometimes our readings are like that. So let's talk about Mindy Kaling. So Mindy Kaling was on Meghan's show, Archetypes. And it was forgettable. I can't even remember what she was talking about. I did listen to it. Can't remember what they were discussing. There is a rumor that Meghan and Mindy have only met a handful of times. And Meghan even referred to them as being email pen pals. So let's see what the nature of their friendship is, because that is quite curious to me. They seem like an odd pairing. It doesn't seem like they have much in common. And Mindy Kaling was kind of like marveling at all the mommy stuff she was doing because they were preparing a kids party with no kids. Seems kind of appropriate. It was a kids party, like a tea party with no children there. It was very strange. And I'm going to say this, the balloon arch, what was like, okay, I'm going to leave a space for the tree. Okay, whatever. Also, I took issue with the sandwiches because I've made cucumber sandwiches myself, and I've made sandwiches for my kids that I've cut out with a cookie cutter. And if you watch any of the other YouTubers that are reacting, they put the spread on the bread and then use the cookie cutter and then put the sandwiches together. Never in my life, like, you would put all the cucumbers on, like, put the spread on, put the cucumbers on, and then put the other bread on top, and then you put the cookie cutter and it cuts and it's all nice and beautiful. I don't know why they were doing it the other way. They looked a little sloppy to me, in my opinion. And then she sprinkled those edible flowers over them, which apparently, if you have allergies, you should not eat edible flowers like that because they'll make your allergies go bananas. So I don't understand why she did it that way. Cucumber sandwiches, as far as I know, are always made that way. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that I made for my kids with like the little cutouts, or grilled cheese sandwiches, you always make the sandwich in its entirety first and then do the cookie cutter. Just my opinion, because are you washing the cookie cutter between every single cut? Because otherwise it's going to be sloppy all over the place. Also, I saw a lot of waste in that moment, and you can't just make two cookie cutters out of one sandwich. You should get a smaller cookie cutter and cut as many little sandwiches out of there as possible and not waste any of that. So, just my opinion. Just my opinion. So, let's bring up the card view for Mindy as well. Oh, sorry, guys. And there we go. And we're off. So, what is the nature of Mindy Kaling's relationship with Meghan Markle? King of Cups. She actually likes her. This is a shock. I did not know I was going to see this. They actually like each other. Very protective of each other. I do think this is reputational. Mindy Kaling had her own scandal not long ago when she had a baby. I think it's still a big question mark who the dad is. Under the surface, they are very similar in temperament, meaning like very histrionic, very intense, that kind of thing. So, but I do think that the intention is to become like a power duo, not dating, but like a power duo. Up here, King of Swords, I think they're both a little bit of a mean girl. And I think if they did spend any more time with each other, it would not go well. I think that. Over here in our suitcase position is that World card in reverse. So what are we looking at there? That is not ending the friendship for any reason. So I don't think we're going to see Mindy run from this at all. I think Mindy's going to double down. She had some interesting things to say on a red carpet about Meghan Markle too. Now there was the little situation when she called her Meghan Markle, and Meghan Markle corrected Mindy and said, I'm Sussex now, right? So was that scripted, or was that organic and authentic? Was that scripted? Did Meghan want to throw down in this show that her name is now Sussex? Knight of Pentacles, scripted. Queen of Pentacles is getting it out there. Knight of Swords is making an announcement. High Priestess and the Devil. You are not going to get rid of me, royal family. Oh my goodness, boys and girls, what do you see? So, yes, I am going to throw down that Sussex is my name. I am going to accelerate that. I'm not going to be surprised if we don't see some legal documentation sometime soon. I'm not seeing an attorney here, but I'm wondering if we see some legal documentation soon, changing their names, getting them a last name. Mountbatten Wisner. Mountbatten Windsor is not a good enough name. It's a great name. Meghan Mountbatten Windsor. I can't say Windsor tonight. It's a great name, but she doesn't want it. She's going to cut that off, and she's announced it to the world. Behind the scenes, this locks her into the royal family, even if she doesn't use that Duchess title. This locks her in, keeps her forever and anon associated with them. She threw down the gauntlet, kids. Up here, there's something about what she has done behind the scenes to make this a permanent thing, to make this her name. Under here, she is protecting that title. Shocker. So, whoop, you got cards going in all directions here, boys and girls. So this is one last question about Mindy Kaling before we go on to our bonus. Was she paid to be there? Was Mindy Kaling paid to be there? Did she get paid? No, she was not paid to be there. I'm a little bit shocked about that. What was the point of being there? What was the benefit, return on investment for Mindy Kaling to be there? So, it's just keeping herself out there in the fray. Would we be talking about Mindy Kaling if she was not on With Love Meghan? I don't think we would be. So there it is. So let's talk a little bit about our bonus reading. So I'm sure you guys heard that she was beekeeping. And there's a lovely gentleman that the show opens up. You see bees at the beginning of the episode. And there's a lovely gentleman in his beekeeping outfit. And Meghan proceeds to say, we have been working together for the last year. And I'm still nervous. I'm still scared when I come out here. And there's one hive. So we live we're farm adjacent. The beekeepers that we see around here have 5 or 6 boxes, a whole bunch of boxes, minimum like 5 or 6 boxes. Fun fact, John Bon Jovi had some on his property in Navesink, New Jersey, which is not far from where my parents live. And if you put a certain amount of bee boxes on your property, you can get a farm assessment and not have to pay property taxes or pay a reduced property tax. And so that was something that a lot of people in New Jersey were doing. If they had the land and the property, they would throw some bees on there, and they would get a farm assessment. So this lovely gentleman, she doesn't even say his name. She does not even refer to him by name. I don't hear a name. I can go back and watch it tonight. I didn't hear her say his name. I felt kind of bad. He seems like a really cool dude. If you're a beekeeper, now Gregopedia is not here, but I can't remember the proper term for a beekeeper. He seems pretty cool. So let's see how his association with Meghan is going to work out for him. There's that card view. Oh boy. 8 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 9 of Cups. Unfortunately, I don't think Tower card. 3 of Cups. This doesn't look like it's working out so well for him. Those are all hard cards. Yikes. All right, Beekeeper. Beekeeper Bob. We're going to call him Beekeeper Bab. Bab. Where's your yellow brick road? We didn't do one for Mindy, but we'll do one for him. You better think about what you're doing. There, that's even more thinking. And take charge. Have a new start. And divert your path. The sun will come out tomorrow. So, lovers, for me, you guys know this. I always get this as business contract agreements. This is, I want to break up this agreement anyway. This was filmed some time ago. So the relationship may have been degrading since, not degrading, but coming apart. She might have degraded him. I don't know. But the relationship may be coming apart. It just may not be working out. Up here, the sun, this is a slow burn. Slowly sun rises, slowly comes into focus. This is really thinking about where your heart lies, looking at what's been accomplished so far. Perhaps this individual has been dedicating too much time to the Duke and Duchess, and perhaps his time is better spent elsewhere, taking charge of what he's doing, starting something anew, and cutting off that relationship. So that's really how I see that. That's his yellow brick road, Bob the Beekeeper, or whatever his name is. So I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you've watched it, let me know what you think. It's hard to watch. It's beautifully executed, but it's very hard to watch because it just does not seem like there's very much substance there. There's not much there. So I don't want to see people fail. I do, especially in something like that. Like I would never go to someone's house and go, well, they got takeout and they sprinkled stuff on it. You know, I've been in people's homes where they have tried to pass off restaurant food as their own, you know, and you just don't call people out on that. That's not what we're here for. We're not doing that. But I feel that Meghan Markle has tried on way too many personalities and outfits for size. You know, I was thinking today, you know, when they had gone to New York and she was in her political mode and she was going to be a politician and she was wearing the power suits and she was showing off to the people. And it was awkward to watch that because she was forcing herself into politics, and politics is an elected position. She could have had influence as the Duchess of Sussex, as a Duchess of the royal family. She could have had some influence there, and she opted to walk away from that and force herself into a position of influence. And I feel that, and I said this after they left England, I said she should go back to the TIG because that was her wheelhouse. She was good at that. Not a show, not selling things on her range. She's got this range of 3 products on her website. Not selling things, you know, just go on and sell other people's things. You know, you don't have to create your own line. Like maybe you get something embroidered, but you know, talk about places to vacation and things like that. The TIG, I think, was the pinnacle of her career. I think she really maxed out there. And I think this is a desperate attempt to claw that back in a grandiose fashion that none of us want to look at. So it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you in the next one. Look for my HG Tutor video tomorrow. Nervous wreck. Please be kind. And I'll see you guys in the future.